As part of your credit card's reward program, there's a...
Okay, disclaimer, this is for adults only. I am an adult and I make my live streams and my videos for adults only. I'm teaching cross stitching tonight for anybody who is interested, and it is how I do it. There is no really right way or wrong way. I also have cats and a dog that you will hear, you will see, and that's just how life is. And you may hear my husband when he comes back home, because you'll just hear him too. So we will wait a little bit to make sure everybody's getting here. Hi, Catherine. Okay. How long is it going to take you to get home? I don't think my tea... Oh, yeah, I don't want to wait that long. But nobody else is here yet. I know Robin wants to be here. Maybe I should let her know I'm on. Okay, Catherine. Hi, Nika. How are you? So, I've got things ready for what I'm working on. I just don't want to show the chart yet. Okay, Catherine. Hi, Robin. Yeah, I just messaged you in case you did not get a notification. I'll be right back. I need to go get something. Hi, Nick and Tina. I will be right back. Hold on a minute. Okay, what I do with you? Move, Pearl. Okay, I'm back. I had to go get something. I need to clean this off. Hi, Tina. Okay. So I wanted to make sure that quite a few people that, that I wanted this all get here. This is a live stream. This way people can ask questions. And again, this is how I stitch. It may not be how other people stitch. I know Stitcherista probably has a video out there. I am doing really good, Nick and Tina. Thank you. I finished a book, came home and watched a movie. I am sorry I was not in your live stream. I have decided that the evenings I am starting to watch things on my DVR because my DVR is full of movies that I've been wanting to watch. And I am just going into people's live streams on the weekends. So Nick and Tina's I will catch on Fridays. Except for this weekend because it's a diamond painting-a-thon. So I want to support the people for that. But I'm really behind on watching movies. There's so many movies I want to watch. And all I do is watch YouTube. So, hi Mona. So, yeah. Tina is doing a year-long of Hannah Lynn. Really? So is, who else? John the Bibliophile Colorist. Okay, let me write this down. Is this a color-a-thon or a diamond painting-a-thon? Let me find my pen. You are not doing this Friday this weekend? Okay. So, we have, so just Tina is doing a Hannah Lynn color-a-thon. Well, I just finished one the other day. Can I count that already? And do you have a hashtag for that? Hi, Linda. Okay, so I already posted it on Instagram, and you can't edit on Instagram. You have to delete it and start over, so, but I did finish one. And I did post my finish on Instagram and Facebook. So if you have a hashtag, I can write that down. So we'll get this out of the way before we start the cross stitching. I want to make sure that people are in here, so we'll wait till quarter after before I start teaching the cross stitch. The first thing I am going to do, if you are cross stitching with me now, oh wow, Robin, that's a lot of pieces to start and finish. If you are going to cross stitch with me tonight, the first thing I'm going to tell you to go do right now, you can edit an Instagram post. Oh, well, whenever I've tried to do it, it always tells me I have to delete it. Hi, Kim. How are you? Okay, thanks, Nick and Tina. When you do get one, let me know. But that's cool because I want to get a lot of Hannah Lynn done this year. Okay, so as I was saying, I'm not going to start this till quarter after, so you have 5 minutes to go get a drink. I do not recommend drinking next to your fabric. I usually only drink water and tea, and I keep it away from my fabric. But the first thing you definitely want to do before you start stitching is go wash your hands. Your hands have natural oils on them. It will get on the fabric. So you want to make sure you wash your hands really good. That's the first thing I do. And Miss Pearl, you cannot be up here tonight. I'm sorry, little girl. That is the one thing that I highly recommend. I don't eat when I am cross stitching. I might have a piece of candy, but I don't have like chocolate and that. That's me. A lot of cross stitchers do, but I don't want to have to wash mine. I don't usually have to wash my fabrics because my hands are always clean. Hi, Brian. And if I'm going to be stitching all day, I do get up every hour, walk around, go wash my hands again. Do not put lotion on your hands. There is at least 2 types of lotions you can put on your hands that won't go on this. One is Utter Cream, and the other one is called Gloves in a Bottle. And I know there's another brand. Yeah, you can use this Gloves in a Bottle. And why is it not popping up? Okay, there it is. Gloves in a Bottle. Put a little bit of this on because my hands are dry right now, so I'm always putting lotion on, because if you get a piece of dry skin, and I haven't used this in a while, so I got to shake it really good. And I do not squeeze it on my hand by my fabric. But I only put a little bit on my hand, because if your hand's dry or cracked, it could catch onto your fabric. So most of mine cracks around my... No, Miss Pearl. Around my cuticles. That's where they're the worst. You cannot be up here when I'm cross stitching. They cannot see. Hi, Aussie girl. So those are the 2 things that I recommend first, is to wash your hands real good and make sure that you use the proper kind of lotion. I know there is another lotion. Also, I am going to share a link. This is my friend's cross stitch online shop. She is a good friend of mine, and this is where I buy everything. I do have what we call an LNS. LNS stands for local needle shop. I do have one that's 45 minutes away. I haven't been there in a few years, but most all my patterns and stuff is bought there except for my floss. I buy my floss and my floss is on these cards. I wound them all. I have every color of floss plus a lot of extras. I wind them on these bobbins because I can fit them all in one case and carry them with me. Another thing you need is a needle. I prefer a size 28. Is that what this one is? I need my glasses. Pearl. Yeah, these are a size 28. And I like the gold petites. These aren't gold. These are just the tapestry petites. Those are my favorite, especially the gold. They're like butter. So yeah, but it doesn't matter as long as you get blunt needles. And mine are just petite because I try to get as much of the floss that I can use as I can. Thank you, Robin. So this is my friend's cross stitch online shop. She has just about everything. She does not sell the floss. I don't believe she sells DMC. She never used to. Hi, Selena. So, and in Down Sunshine Lane, let me look. She used to have lotion. but I don't see it now. Let me see if I can find the lotion. I bought it from her website before, but she might not sell it anymore. I have no idea. I have not been in her shop in a long time. Also, what we call cover minders for diamond painting, they are called needle minders in cross stitching. Up here we go. Stitcher's lotion. So this is another lotion that you can buy. Hold on. They have different scents. They sent you 3? Wow. So this is the other. What happened? Copy. This is the other lotion that you can use on your hands while cross stitching. So those are what I recommend. So you want a pair of embroidery scissors. I have like 30 pairs, because how people are in diamond painting with the pens and the patty wax and all that. I have been cross stitching for over 30 years. I have like 30 pairs of scissors, and they're not all cheap. Some of them are $30 a pair. My one pair is over 30 years old because they are my oldest pair. They're like the first pair. Can you guys still see me? Is this still working? Your scissors broke. Oh my gosh, no way. These I think I won or someone gave them to me, and I don't think they're expensive. I'm not sure. I know these aren't Ginger. I have a lot of Gingers. So that's what you need to get started. A needle, scissors, fabric, floss, and a chart. This is my accessory that I always have to cross stitch. This is a magnet board. And I have a lot of magnets plus the needle minders. And this is my chart. I am doing a Santa. And this is my color chart and the symbols. What I do, and this again, this is how I do things. I make a mark for the halfway point. So this is starting 1. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 6, 2, 7, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So half of, I would say go with half of 38, which is 19. So I'm going to go back down to 19. 19, and I'm going to make a mark on my chart that is the halfway mark. Now let's see if it's the same this way. Yep, so I'm going to do 19 again. And I'm going to mark it. Now some people use highlighters. I don't highlight my charts. This is the only mark I make on my charts. I do not mark up any of my patterns or charts. There's a message on Messenger for me. I don't know what you are asking me. I don't know what that color is. I don't know by looking at it. I have no idea. Yep, you can do that too. If you don't want to mark up your pattern, make a copy, and then you can do whatever you want with a copy. Okay, so I know you don't have any of this, so I'm trying to do this the way that would be easy for you. So get your needle. And get okay. Remember, I've been doing this for so long, I'm going to forget how to teach you guys. So I'm starting in the center. In my center, my pattern is using this symbol, and this symbol is white. So on your pattern, you're going to want to find the center and start with that color. So get your floss out and thread your needle. Now, I am going to show you. Oh, I didn't get the white out. Hold on. I don't use regular white on for floss. I don't care for regular white. I like B5200. That is my favorite for white. Hi, Deanna. So I will show you how long I cut mine. So I cut mine, about an arm length. You're going to cut it from like the tip of your fingers to your shoulder. That's how long I cut mine. And then you're going to hold on to this. You hold on to this, you take one strand, because there's 6 strands here. You only want one. You hold on to the floss, take that one and pull, and it'll come right out. And you do not want to make knots. So I'm going to show you the easiest thing for me and how I do this. I take the 2 ends and I put them together. So you end up with a loop. Okay? You're going to take these 2 ends and you're going to thread your needle. And yes, I am what you call a floss licker. I am going to wet the needle, the floss with my mouth. Some people think it's wrong, but you know what? We've all been doing it for years. And then you're going to... Hold on. I'm trying to. There it goes. And you're going to pull it through a little bit and fold it down so it looks like that. You got your loop here. Is anybody doing this with me? Do I need to slow down? Because I'm not sure who's actually doing this with me, or if you're just going to ask questions now and rewatch this. So I will wait and hear what you guys have to say. I'm drinking my tea. Yes, Jody, I am. Oh, Mona. Well, you know what? If you're a cross stitcher and I am teaching them something that I am forgetting, you need to let me know, because I've only taught this one time. And my local library was doing a crafting month, and they were hiring all kinds of local crafters, and they knew I cross stitched, so they hired me to teach a class at the library, and I got paid really well for it. I was really surprised, and that was a very, very, very long time ago. Oh, you cheat and draw the pattern on the fabric. Well, see, what I do, I'm going to tell you how I cheat. I get a piece of a darker, no, I use white. I get a piece of white floss and I do a basting stitch across halfway and down halfway. That is what I usually do. Especially on large charts. And doing heaven and earth designs, you don't even want to get me started on that, because that is for that's not for beginners. But yeah, I usually mark my chart with, I do a basting stitch across, get down purl. I usually do a basting stitch across, and then I know where I am. So now that we have the needle threaded and we know where the center is, we're going to fold the fabric in half. This way. And then again this way. And you kind of know where, this is how I learned. I don't do it this way anymore because, like I said, I do a basting stitch. But you're going to find that center and just put your needle in that center. That's your center. So, like I said, I use these magnets and magnet board because this is the easiest way for me, and I know you don't have that. So, okay, so there's the center. So we already know that is the center. Each one of these squares represents a square on here. You see how it has 4 corners on the fabric. Yeah, I taught myself, so, and I started out big. I don't start anything small. I start out big. So you're going to count across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On mine it's 7. So I'm going to count across 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across, and it's 1, 2, 3, 6 up. So I'm counting that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I losing anybody? Is there something better I can teach you? Okay, Nick and Tina, thank you. Thank you for leaving thumbs up. Anybody that's lurking, if you are a cross stitcher, jump on in and say something, because, you know, I don't usually teach this. Okay, now I'm going to pull the needle up, and you're going to go diagonally across to the upper right. And you're going to go down. When you bring the needle up, you are going to catch that loop right there, and there's your loop. so you're not knotting your thread. Then I'm going down to that bottom right. So going across, I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm going across 13. So there's 2. Can you see? I know it's very hard to see because I'm using white floss. So then I'm going to the next left square and going upper right. There's 3. Probably should have done a different color so you guys could really see what I was doing. 4. 5. How many? I don't know what, if anybody's cross stitching along with me. Yeah, I don't use a hoop. I use a Q-snap, but on these little things I hold in hand. When they're small like this, I hold in hand. You can use a hoop. I have Q-snaps. Yeah, you don't want to pull it really tight, but you want it having, you want a nice tension, but don't pull tight. You want the stitches to lay nice and straight. Okay. Okay, Catherine. So I'm always going from the left bottom corner to the top right corner. I have 3 more to do, and then we will go back across to make the X. I don't know why I didn't pick a different color. And I don't usually work on Aida cloth. I like 28 count even weave. This says it's 18 count. So this is 18 count, not even 14. 10, 11, okay, I got 13. Now I'm going down to that bottom right. And I'm going to the top left to make the X. See, so now I'm going to go back across the row to finish the X's. And I got a knot, so I fixed that already. So this is why I usually do not do cross stitching on live streams, because I'm counting all the time. Now I can talk to people, but I can't do this and chat. Read chat and do this. So yeah, I'm going across. And again, you don't want to pull real tight, but you don't want it real loose. Oh, okay, Mona, thank you. Because, like, I don't know. I haven't taught anybody in years. I taught my boys how to cross stitch when they were young. And I have no problem anybody in chat correcting me or telling me what's easier because... Oh, you can? Okay. Okay, Robin. So as long as you can see what I'm doing. I didn't even start out small like this. I started with a big piece because that's just how I roll. I did stamped cross stitch. I did that a lot as a teenager, and then I bought some cross stitch books for Counted, and I bought Fabric and Floss, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to teach myself, and I did. It's like some of the magazines in the book and the leaflets and that, they tell you if you open it up in the cover will show you how to cross stitch. So that's how I taught myself. So now I'm going on to the next row because I already finished that row, and it starts at the same point and ends at the same point. So you're going down one and again to that lower left, and we're going to go all the way across again on my chart. Yours is different. And all of your beginner charts should have a little bit explaining how to cross stitch. And again, I will give you my friend's link again. She lives in South Carolina. And she has an online shop. Her name is Amy. Yeah, I know. I didn't think of that. I was just starting with the center. And it's white. So I didn't think of that. So I think when I get to the end of this row, I'm going to just cut this thread and grab another color. That will make it easier for you. So, and yes, I'm a fast stitcher. So right now all I'm doing is I'm going to get to the end of this row, and then I'll show you how to end a thread when you're done either with the color that you're using or if you run out of the thread on your needle. So right now I'm just moving fast to get to the end of this row. And then I will show you how to end your thread because you don't want to knot. I just have a hard time working with this kind of cloth because I don't use this anymore. Okay, so I pulled my needle all the way. I'm going to flip this over. And I'm hoping you can see. Okay, I flipped it over. And you are going to take the needle and run it through about three or four. You're going to catch the thread that's on the back. 3 or 4 of them, like that. And then pull it through and then cut it as close as you can. And now you do not have a knot. So it's going to stay. Okay. Let me grab another color. Let's see. Let's go with the dark red, which is next to my white. And that is number 816, which is this one. And this is already cut. So I'm not doing a loop on this one because this is a shorter piece, or maybe it already has a loop. Oh, this already has a loop on it. Must be I was going to use it for something. So it already has a loop on there. So we're going to flip this back over. Pearl got a piece of her hair. Yep, this side. And I'm going to thread the needle. And yeah, sometimes it takes a couple tries. Before my eye surgery, I had a hard time threading my needle. Now I can do it again. Okay, so this is going to be easier for you to see. So next to that first white row, we have the hearts, which is dark red. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So I'm starting at that next to the white, the bottom left, going to go up to the top right. And bring the needle up, and I'm going to catch that loop. Go down to that bottom left, to the top right. And I'm doing 6 of these. I do not complete the X's one at a time. It makes a mess on the back. This is a neater looking. The only time you do that is with the specialty threads. Okay, so there is my 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to go back across and make an X. I do the loop on the back. I do the loop on the back because I don't cut it. Yep, and always make sure your stitches are always going in the same direction. So don't turn it this way and start, because it won't look right. Always make sure it's going in the same direction. And my loop is on the back. Now, if you don't need to make a loop because you're using a piece of leftover thread that's a little bit shorter, what you're going to do to start is you're going to start in the back. Let me fix this thread. What you would do, okay, say this is the end of the thread. It's already cut off. You're going to run your needle underneath the back, a few of them, and you're going, say that this is a tail. You're only going to pull it enough so the tail does not come out of where you do that, and then you can start stitching. So I can show you the next thing that I do, how to do that. You do it on the front, But then you have to cut it. Then you're cutting it, right, Aussie? Because it won't look right on the front. I don't have to cut mine. Because I use it instead of a knot. Because you're not supposed to do a knot. So I don't see how you could do it on the front. Okay, so that's that row. So now I'm going to I'm not going down to the next row because I'm going to show you how to do this. So I ran it through and I'm going to cut. Okay. So I'm coming over to this side and there's the cut ends. So what you can do is run your needle under 3 or 4 of these. To make sure that you're holding. There's the end. Do not pull it anymore. Now this one here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now make sure you don't pull any more than that because you don't want to pull your thread out from behind that. And I have to do 6 across. And remember, don't pull tight. And if you pull it out, just re-go. Four, 5, 6. Now you're going to go back across and finish the X's. I go from the front bottom left to top right, then go through the loop back down. Oh, see, I don't understand that. So there's a row across with the red. And then it shows the same for the next row. So you're coming down that bottom left, diagonal to the top right. Thank you, Mona. I'm like, I can teach it, but I don't want to screw it up. Like I said, we all have different techniques. Aussie Girl says she does a loop on the front, and how she's explaining it, I don't understand. Okay, Aussie girl, hold on and I'll send you the link to my Facebook. This is my Facebook. If you send it to my other Facebook account, I will not accept it. I have 2 Facebook accounts. One is for family and close friends, and this one is for my hobbies. It is fun to learn new things. And then T last night says to me, if there was any other hobby I want to learn, and I said no. And so she asked me about candle making. Oh my gosh, if I tried another hobby, no, Miss Pearl, go on. My husband would shoot me. So I mentioned it to him last night, and you should have heard him. It's like, no. He has always supported all my hobbies. Always. But, yeah. Right now, no. First of all, I don't have the money. And second of all, I don't have the room. I knew that would be his answer. Even though he knows that I burn candles and I use wax melts all the time, I still knew what his reaction would be. And I don't want to use cheap stuff for candles. I want whatever they use for scents, I want a top quality. Okay, I had to drink some tea. So now I'm going down to the next row, which has the same amount of stitches. Yeah, and I never wanted to learn to quilt or knit or crochet. I am happy with the hobbies that I have. I have done needlepoint, embroidery, plastic canvas. I've done paint by numbers. I've done hook rugs. I've done puzzles. I've done acrylic painting for art class because art was my major in high school. That's why you haven't gotten into the diamond painting. I really didn't think I would care for diamond painting. I tried it. I'm always willing to try it. Oh, and then sometimes you got to let your needle drop because it will get twisted and you want it to unwind. So just let your needle drop and it will unwind. Yep, and I've made jewelry. But cross stitching has been my longest hobby that I have stuck with. And I think that the 3 hobbies is going to be cross stitching, coloring, and diamond painting. And I'll always have my planner stuff. But I've got tons of stickers in that, so I really don't need more of that. And I only need to buy like 2 classic planners every year starting next year. So I'm good. I think that's all I'll need. Oh, I'm not good at sewing. I have a sewing machine so I can do up like Christmas ornaments. But as far as that, no. Okay, Aussie girl, I just accepted it. Oh yeah, reading. But Yeah, I reading is a hobby, but I've done that since I was a little kid. Okay, now this next row, when I look, I'll show you. It shows it starts down that one, but it goes over an extra one. Hi, Katrina. How are you? And I used to watch a ton of TV when I cross stitch, or I listen to audiobooks. I used to sit in my room in the wintertime. Before I moved into this room, before I got into coloring, it was just cross stitching. So I had a tiny room. There was a TV in there, and well, it's still a mess in there because I'm still trying to clean it out. And it has a recliner, and I had an, what was it called? I had an iPod. And so I would put all my audiobooks on that. And I had a docking station for it, and I would listen to my audiobooks all the time. Nope, I haven't done it on this channel in a long time, and people wanted me to teach. So I'm trying to do my best on teaching how to do this. So next Wednesday I will come back onto this, and if you want, whoever has me as a friend on Facebook, you can ask me questions on Messenger. And again, if you go up above, you can ask to be my friend or message me on that account. If you send it to the wrong Facebook account, I will not accept it. And I don't use that account usually on my phone. So if I don't answer you right away, just give me some time. It is on my laptop and on my tablet that I take babysitting, but I don't check the tablet constantly, and I don't have it set up for notifications to come through. Okay, so I'm running, I ran out, running low on the thread, so I ran it under 4 of them in the back to end it, and then I will cut it. And then you can just throw that out. So when I started this channel, it was talking about books. And then I added in my cross stitching. Only you didn't see, I didn't have it, the camera on this. I had the camera on me, so it was just a whip and chat. And in my whip and chat, the camera wasn't face on onto my fabric. Now I can, because I have a new camera and setup. But if I'm going to continue doing cross stitch and chats on here, once we get through this teaching you, I'm going to have to pick small things because I'm afraid I will mess up trying to cross stitch and read chat. Hi, Rosemary. Oh, cool, Aussie girl. You'll love it. Well, for me, it is easy, Catherine, and I found it easy right off the bat, just because that's how I am. So some people, and Jody picked on me Yes, I am what they call a floss licker. I do wet it with my mouth. Some people have a sponge that they use next to them. I don't do that. So I'm going back through and catching that loop. Yep, that too, Catherine. Okay, so my next row is the same as the one I just did. With Krynic, yeah, I have Thread Heaven. But I use a needle threader for my Krynic. I love my needle threader. And you can use a needle threader too on this instead if you don't want to wet it. You can use a needle threader. I don't have mine here, I don't think. No, I don't have a needle threader here. I don't have my cross stitch stuff in this room. I don't have, well, I have some room in here because I have a dresser that I'm putting my cross stitch stuff in, but I don't have everything in here. You do use a needle threader? Yep. Because right now I'm working on, is it a Mirabilia or a Lavender and Lace? I always get the two mixed up. Lavender and Lace, Fairy Godmother. And that has Krynic, and I use a needle threader. Yeah, needle threaders are great. And there's a couple kinds of those as well. There's not just one kind. So how everybody goes and buys all the accessories for diamond painting, I am like that with cross stitching. Like I said, I probably have about 30 pairs of embroidery scissors. They're not all cheap. I have a lot of $30 pairs, and a lot of them are Gingers. I also have about 100 to 200 of what you guys would call cover minders for diamond painting. We call them needle minders. And I change them out every month. I also change my scissors out every month. I also have a project bag. I have probably 15 of those. And I have scissor fobs, which are like zipper pulls, but we call them scissor fobs. And I probably have about 25 of those. Yeah, and I have, oh my gosh, I have a ton of hand-dyed fabric and a ton of kits. And I have gone to many cross-stitch retreats. The one that used to be in Myrtle Beach, I went to. There were 20 of them, and I probably missed 4 years altogether out of that. So I'm on the next row, and it shows me starting the same and ending the same. So I'm doing the same on this row. Oh, a cover minder or a needle minder? Let me see. I might have one in here. Oh. Come on, please open. I need a bigger room. I'm like crowded now with the diamond painting kit's taking up another spot. Oh crap. Do I have one in here? Nope. I don't think so. I'm still looking. Do I have one? It's a magnet. Oh, I got one. Because I bought it for Amber, but Amber didn't like cross stitching. So I bought her a Tinkerbell project bag, and I bought her needles and fabric and a needle minder, and she doesn't like cross stitching. So this is a needle minder or a cover minder. They are cute things. You can get almost anything, and it has a magnet. So you take that magnet off and you can put it on your fabric, and it will hold your needle because it's magnetic, so it holds your needle so you don't lose it. On diamond painting, when you pull back that plastic sheet, that plastic cover, when you're diamond painting, you pull that a little bit of that plastic back, put this on the top and this on the bottom, and it holds the plastic so it doesn't keep flopping around while you're diamond painting. So yeah, I have probably 100 to 200 different ones. I have a lot. And I don't use them on my fabric. I put them all. I have two huge magnet boards. They're huge. And that's what I keep my patterns on. And I use all of these magnet strips on my... This is a magnet board, but this is a small one. So I use all of these to keep track of where I am and to hold down the pattern. And then I probably have 10 to 15 of these all around on the board for the month, because I change them out every month. So like this month is winter theme. So anything that has to do with snowmen would be my needle minders. So yeah. So I have a ton of money, tied up in my cross stitching. And I can't even say I have it. My husband did. Scott has supported my... Oh my gosh, I got the hiccups. Scott has supported my cross-stitch habit for many, many years, because for many, many years, I did not work. I was a stay-at-home mom. And so I would cross-stitch all the time. And I made everybody's Christmas gifts. So I was stitching from the time I got up till the time I went to bed. So I would spend time with my boys when they were toddlers, and we'd play, and I'd read to them, and then I'd be back to cross-stitching. And my kids knew not to touch this stuff. I could leave this on the couch all day long with my scissors. Mind you, with my scissors. And I could leave this on the couch all day, even as them as toddlers. And they not once touched my needles or anything. They didn't touch anything. Nothing. I don't know. They must have known. I told them. And they never touched it. I could never do that with my grandsons. They would probably cut the fabric. But yeah, and Scott is the one who gave me money every year to go on my cross stitch retreats. I met some amazing people. I have a handful of close friends that I made that it's like a family reunion. That's what he said, yep. Yeah, he said that I take care of the house and the kids. That's a job that I don't get paid for. So, you know, if that's what makes me happy, and it that was my vacation every year, I'd be gone for 10 days. I loved it. Yeah, I gave away a ton of my cross stitch stuff as gifts. And I sold it at craft shows for a while, but nothing really sold. Plus, I cross-stitch stuff for him as gifts, too. But he's always supported my hobbies. My reading, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many yard sales we used to go to when the boys were little. We would go to the library book sales, and I would come home with bags of books because you'd pay like a quarter for a paperback. And yard sales and library sales, constantly coming home with bags of books. And he would drive and take me and the boys all around, and yep. He's always supported my hobbies. His hobby's hunting. And so he used to hunt all the time. He would be gone from first thing in the morning till it got dark out. Just on the weekends, because he always worked during the week. And that was his time, and he'd be with his friends and they'd be hunting. And that was his hobby, and I always supported it. And my friends are like, how can you let him go out hunting? He leaves you home with the kids. Yeah, so it's 6 weeks out of the freaking year. And he brings home deer meat, which I grew up on. And my kids prefer the deer meat over the beef. And to me, that was also a small vacation because the 6 weekends out of the year, I would sit and watch Hallmark movies and whatever else. It was just, I don't know, I enjoyed that. And he's always worked 2 jobs, so he needed a break too, and that hunting to him was a break. He doesn't drink. He doesn't like going out in the bars. And my dad was a big hunter, so I grew up that way. So I knew, don't interrupt deer season. That's his thing. I wish he'd go fishing, 'cause I love fish. But he doesn't. I don't know why. When we were dating, he fished. I would go fishing with him. And I lived on a lake, so he would fish off the dock at my parents' house, but I don't know why he stopped fishing. Okay, so does anybody have any questions? Oh yeah, I could eat different kinds of fish every day. Love all kinds of seafood. Any kind of seafood. I don't eat much of Oh, tilapia, because I heard that's not good for you. I used to buy tilapia a lot, and then I was reading all kinds of articles that it's not that great for you. So I don't even buy that anymore. But I buy salmon a lot and shrimp because our grocery store has they call it salmon tails. They're just small fillets, and there's like 8 pieces of fillets, and they're probably a good size. There's like 8 pieces in that whole package, and the package is like $9. I can't beat that price, and it's really good. So, and when I get it home, then I take them individually and put them in small freezer bags because Scott doesn't eat fish. My boys love fish, but Scott doesn't like fish. So I can get 9 meals for me out of that package. Yeah, see, he likes fish fries. To go out in a restaurant and have fish fries, he'll eat it that way, but any other kind of fish, no. I love it all. The only thing I don't care for, and I bought a huge bag of it a couple months ago, is crawfish. Because I watch a couple of, I watch a YouTuber. She's a mukbang, and it's called Eating with Kim, something like that. It's either Eat with Kim or Eating with Kim. And she always does a lot of seafood boils. So she did crawfish, and so I bought a big bag of Cajun crawfish, and I cooked it the way she said and the way the bag said, but I did not care for the crawfish. See, I could eat chicken every day too, but my husband's not a big chicken eater. He does like the chicken barbecue like the firemen do with the chevettas. I like my chicken. If I can cook it a different way every day, I would do that too. Between the fish and the chicken, yep. And I have to have steak once a week. I love my steak. So, does anybody have any questions with the cross stitching? Because I think we'll end this in like 10 minutes. And then next week... Yeah, and Walmart has the best ribeyes. Oh my gosh. I buy the ribeyes at Walmart, and they are amazing. I am surprised. I did not think I would like it at Walmart, but my mom told me to get them at Walmart, and I did. And oh my gosh, that's where I only buy them now. I was always buying it at our Wegmans because they have the best meat. No, Pearl, don't scratch my chair. Whoops, I turned to my fabric. Oh, thank you, Robin. Yeah, once we keep doing this, I will show you all of my accessories. I may have more accessories for the diamond painting as I get going along once Scott gets back to work, which supposedly is Monday. He's back to work on Monday. Yeah, as long as you realize every square on here on the chart is every X on here. Yes, Catherine, I'm going to continue doing this because people might have questions. A Butcher Box meat subscription? Really? You'll have to let me know, Robin, what you think. So, yeah. So, all of you that have not started tonight, when you go back and rewatch and you have questions, you can I can speak, I swear. You can either leave it in the comments below or wait and ask me the questions next week. So I won't work on this anymore off camera. I'm going to continue working on this on camera. And see how short that is? This is why I like my petite needles, because if you use a regular size needle, you're going to waste more thread. But it's got to be what you're comfortable using. So I'm going down and now I'm going to catch it underneath here to end the thread. Okay, Rosemary. Thank you, Mona. Since you are a cross stitcher for a long time, I'm sure that you could help me out too. So I am going to leave this on here, and I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to put it through the fabric just to hold on to it. And I will leave out all of this stuff. And this was fun. So usually what I do is, because I'm working on other colors, I will wind this back on so I don't lose it. And I know Mrs. Coffee's going to be doing a video to teach also. I am not sure when she is doing that, so you might want to catch hers too, because she probably has a different way. And also Stitcherista. I know if you search on YouTube for floss tube, there is a lot of floss there. It's called floss tube. There's a lot of floss tubers out there. So I'm going to put this back in the bag this came in, and I might as well put in the floss as well, because I won't be working on this off camera. And I will put my scissors in here too. Oh, you did put a few things on your wish list. Yes. And again, for people like Mona who have cross-stitched for a long time, I highly recommend Down Sunshine Lane. Oh, really, Rosemary? I know she did that. I didn't watch it yet. So that is my friend's cross-stitch shop. She has tons of patterns and fabric, specialty threads. She has the needle minders, a whole bunch of these. She has scissors. She has all kinds of stuff. And you can let her know I sent you. She'd get a kick out of it. And she probably has beaded cross-stitch kits. I call them Mill Hill kits. I don't know what they're considering, what they're calling beaded cross stitch. My beaded cross stitch is Mill Hill kits, but it's not all beads on the whole thing. There's also cross stitching too. So I'm not sure if on those beaded kits that they're just beads, because I haven't checked that out yet. And I haven't bought anything from Amy's shop in a few years. Just because I have so much. And I don't need anything for a while. Also, Catherine, when you're here sometime and you're out for a few days, there is a cross-stitch store in East Rochester. The owner is really nice. I've always found her to be really nice. Some people have a hard time with her. I like her. And I buy a lot of stuff from her as well, if I get over that way. But I haven't been in her shop in a couple years. But if you're interested in the cross-stitching and you want to see more things in person, we can go check that store out. And it's in East Rochester. And it's right off 490. So we can do that. It's very easy to get to. I can even drive there. Okay, I don't mind driving there unless it's snowing. But thank you, everybody. I hope this was helpful. Again, any questions, put them in the comments below or wait till next week. And I will try to answer them. But yeah, my cross stitch stash is way bigger than my coloring. Way more than my coloring. More money tied up in it. So, yep. So now I've got to where I'm cross stitching again, and I change out my project bag every month. Now I'm going to need a different drill pen for each month. Right? Hi Louise. Yep, I'm leaving now. Oh, and patty wax. I bought 2 more. They'll be here tomorrow. So, yeah. But cover minders, don't need more needle minders. Don't really need more charts. So thank you, everybody, and I will see you next Wednesday. Again, this weekend my schedule is altogether different because of the diamond painting-a-thon. I will be doing my live stream for diamond painting Friday night from 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 9. I will not be doing diamond painting on Saturday night. And there is no Mad Libs on Sunday night because of the diamond painting-a-thon. But I am hoping to do a video tomorrow night to go up Friday for tea time. It just won't be a live stream. It'll be a video. Just so you know. So thank you, everybody. And I will see you all cross-stitching next week. Bye-bye.